Okay, me again. This is a quick one. This is the sort of meal I do when I'm busy. I'm actually being quite busy lately, so if I can find me a peeler, I'll get straight on in. Where's my bloody peeler gone? Okay, don't count this bit of time because I can't find the peeler. So I haven't thrown it away. Which I have actually done before, throwing the peeler away, you know. But do you know why I threw it away? I'll tell you why. Because they make the handles green or brown, the same colour as the peelings, deliberately. It ain't bullshit, man. It's not bullshit. They do it deliberately, so you throw it away and you buy another one. That is what is wrong with the world. They don't. Hang on, got to look in the. Okay. So the thing is, I don't edit these. This is why it's important to get straight on. I should have made sure the peeler was there, but I didn't. I'm going to have to have a look at the bucket now, aren't I? It stinks as well. The old chod bucket. Let's have a look in the chod bucket. There it is. What did I tell you? There it is. See, look, green handle. Green bloody handle. I mean, that actually should be made illegal. You know, it's like a practice that is immoral. Well, completely immoral. They could, in fact, easily make it fluorescent orange, and you'll never throw it away. But they don't. They do it so that you throw it away, and you have to buy another one. Now, if the world was correct, then they'd make a law so that it won't be able to be thrown away. I mean, it's just a pigment. Look at that, green, the colour of spuds and whatever, vegetables, green. It's sick. It's immoral. Yeah. I'm ranting, aren't I? While I'm on the subject of ranting, let's get on to this. This is the sort of the meal I do when I'm in a hurry. And when I've been busy, working, whatever, and I want to come in, I just want to eat. I don't want to mess about. And it's actually good for you as well. It's not, it's nothing out of a packet, out of a, you know, out of a, I said you know then, didn't I? Out of a, so you've got carrots, spuds, and 2 greens. There you go. And it's delicious. It's delicious. 3 carrots. Push the boat out. Okay, right. Set your timers. This is how long it takes. All you guys that don't look after yourself. Right, here we go. So, anyway, yeah, the subject of ranting. I've recently been looking for products to monetize this site with. I mean, hopefully, when I advertise this, there's going to be lots of people looking at it, and I hope to have an audience when I'm cooking at some point. And like I said before, this is moving on from my drhornfix.com, dealing with how to get out of how to identify and get out of a narcissistic relationship without too much trouble, or to identify it. Anyway, that's what the site was all about. And anyway, yes, I'm looking for products to monetize this site, this thing. And I was thinking about a friend of mine that's been producing some fine CBD oil. Now, it's CBD oil. I don't know if you know, CBD oil is the it's made from cannabis plant, but you can't get high off of it. It's I think it's 0.2%. 0.2% THC, and THC being the bit that gets you high, so you won't get high off of it. And it's actually not illegal. I'll be selling it as a food supplement, not as a drug, or I won't be promising it will get you high. But if you look, people that they sort of promise it does everything, it cures cancer. Whether it does, I've got no idea. I'll give all link when I do it, if I do it. Anyway, I was talking to somebody a while back about it, and they said to me, "Would you take it?" And I said, "No, there's nothing wrong with me." And recently, well, having looked at that last video I made, I think it was number 3, I did have a little rant there, didn't I? Started beating my chest. Now that is what you would call a flashback. You know, a flashback from a previous relationship where there was no resolve. There's no resolve. You know, you're never going to get a sorry or anything like that, or anything like that. You know, because of the omnipotence of the narcissist, whatever. You're never going to get sorry. So these things sit in you. They sit in you. And so I think, well, I actually still have the post-traumatic stress syndrome symptoms. I believe I am. Anyway, I thought they'd gone. I definitely had them at some point. You get them when they call it CPTSD because it's complex. It's not from one. You know, you didn't see your mate get his head blown off and nothing like that. But you got some narcissist on your case permanently. You never know where they're coming or going. You never know when the next row is going to erupt. And if you're a nice guy, you don't really want the conflict. And they actually do. They thrive off of conflict. Well, anyway, you'd have to look at the site. Have to look at drhornpigs.com to get the full sense of what I'm trying to say, because I'm trying to think and peel spuds at a fast rate. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, PT complex. Yuck, nasty bit. Post-traumatic stress syndrome, complex. Post-traumatic. Yeah, complex meaning that it comes from various situations that have led to the post-traumatic trauma, not from one thing. I missed that bit. What's going on? You see, I'm not even concentrating on the job here. Excuse me. Anyway, I was going along in a car not so long ago, before Christmas. In fact, I was going to a witch's coming out party. I mean, of all things. But anyway, she was a witch and she was coming out. Don't quite know what that means, but I think she was just actually going to be a witch full time. I don't quite know. I don't really talk too much about it, really. I just sat there hoping that there wasn't going to be sort of 12 other women turning up on the same thing. I didn't go on. Anyway, we were on the way to this party and I got lost. We got lost. I wasn't driving. I was a passenger. And we're going along and we lost, and we got the got the Google Maps out and all this, and anyway, I couldn't really do it because we're bouncing along. I'm trying to get the thing. I bounce along, and then we stopped, and then we're looking at we're talking. Two guys in the back, two gay guys as it happens, in the back. Not that means anything, but I suppose what I'm saying is there was no threat going on. There was no one on my case. Yeah, I wasn't driving. I was a passenger. A female was driving. And I started to get stressed and feeling, well, stressed, nauseous, I suppose. It was quite odd. And I even said to the guys, I said, "Hey, I'm feeling very nervous." And I was acknowledging my own feelings. And then I realised I was nervous. When I was with the old narcissist, yeah, we get lost. On the occasions we got lost, which wasn't that often, probably, I don't know. We used to go we got lost 3 times we've been lost. And most of it was going to, I'm going to say something. I'm supposed to talk tomorrow. Too many. The times that I'm thinking of, we've had other people in the car, and basically we end up having a banging row, and like, if you know the narcissist, you know these rows don't actually sort of like, they're just horrible. There's horrible banging rows, and if it was a bloke, see, you say, fuck off, yeah, but you can't, you've got people in the car, yeah, and actually a bloke wouldn't do that, a bloke wouldn't be like that, you know. I mean, I rode a push bike down from England with a compass from England, you know. And you know, when I was in the old army, years ago in the old army cadets, I was a corker on the old map and compass. You know, I'm not one of them people that get lost, and when I do, I don't. Or if I do, I don't get stressed with it. But I'm so used to having a banging row and that was the first time I'd been lost since I left the narcissist, and I'm starting to get stressed, and it's sort of washed over me, and that I'm talking, you know, this has been quite a long time since I left the narcissist. It's not yesterday, so I still have complex post-traumatic stress syndrome. Symptoms, and I'm displaying them, you know. Green beans. This is how I cut them. Put the ends off. Like that. I generally lose the first leaf off of a cabbage. It's been in the shop, and you've breathed on, farted on with everybody. And then I'm going to put, I love cabbage. Never got enough of it. But why? Tell me, wouldn't you? Stalk out, don't need to. If I was doing a stew, I'd have chopped that stalk up, but I need that today. Tell you what, mate. Bit of salt. That is a whole kilo of salt that's gone in. I know you're not supposed to, the old heart attack and all that, but just cook a little bit quicker. Get out of here. You don't have to fill it right up. So fill it about an inch from the top. See, that whole lot's gone in there. Yeah, in the one pan, like that. Squish that down, like the bugger. Get him on. Now put the timer on, 20 minutes. Let's put on the front one. When it comes to the boil, 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna freeze in a position which is, I don't know, like that. And then I'm gonna wait 20 minutes. So if you want to miss the time it's cooking to when I finish off, you know what I mean. You just fast forward it till you see me do this again. Anyway, what was I saying now? CBD oil, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Yes, yeah, I still have the symptoms. So, although this is going to be number 4. This is going to be when I do number 5. That's when I'm going to advertise it. I'm going to advertise in Private Eye magazine. I've always wanted an advert in there. I don't know why. And so, if you see a change in me when I get to number 5, if I get the response I'm after, then I will continue on. And also if I get the response for drhornfix.com, then, well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, we'll see what happens. It's just a gamble, isn't it? Life's a gamble. Anyway, the point I was making, It's CBD oil. I don't know if it works or not. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I intend to sell it, but I'm taking it now. 4 drops a day. 4 drops of CBD oil a day. I'm taking. I did miss a week. I've been doing it. I did it for a week, then I missed it for a week because I sort of forgot I was busy, like I said, and now I'm back on it again. I'm sort of 4 drops a day. They're quite big drops actually. You don't get high off of it. I don't feel high at all. I never got a hot, any sort of highness. And we'll see, won't we? We'll see. Next time I get lost, which I don't. I get lost very often. Next time I get lost, put that in there. We'll see if I get stressed again. But it's not just that. It's not just that. See, I actually believe I've studied it. I believe I've got a what do you call it? An overexcited amygdala, which is a part of the brain, and I believe that the being exposed to a narcissist. I mean, talking 15 years, mate. 15 years. And you might be asking me, you think I would not have sussed it out before 15 years? I did suss it out before 15 years, but if you read on the subject, they're actually notoriously hard to actually leave, narcissists. They'll come back. And I've got some bloody tales to tell you, which I won't do on here because I'm a gentleman, and I won't tell you the tales, but they'll do anything to get you back. They'll lie and cheat and whatever to get you back, just for some more punishment. They won't actually change. They won't become a better person or whatever, or a nice person. They'll still rip your nuts off at a drop of a hat, and you'll always have this ready to, you'll never be able to sort of fully relax, because at any moment, you're going to be in a sort of a manic, I'm talking horrible rows, horrible disgusting rows, that from nowhere as well, so you never know when it's going to come, and it can come from anywhere, from any direction. They'll also tell you that it's normal. They'll tell you that it's normal that people do row, but no, they don't. I don't see people having horrible, horrible rows all the time over nothing. We'll see, won't we? We'll see. We'll see. This is number 4 anyway. This is number 4 I'm doing. It hasn't come to the boil yet, so I'll keep talking until it comes to the boil. Then I'm going to time it for 20 minutes, and then I'll show you just the end bit. And then, like I say, you can fast forward till you see me doing this again. I'm glad you can't see the floor here. It's just covered in peanut shells. In fact, I'm going to have some peanuts now. All right. Yeah, let's hang this up. Get that away, make the place look a little bit tidy. Oh, I tell you what, I cut my finger the other day, the end of my little finger. It's just healed. Just healed now. Cut the bloody tip off it with this thing. Why? Cut potatoes in the morning for breakfast. Frozen hands. Frozen kitchen. Never mind. Anyway, right, peanuts. Don't be starving. I'm not saying I'm a pig, yeah, but one of the I said it again, didn't I? One of the things I like about living on my own, I can drop my shells on the floor and sweep them up when I'm ready. Call me old-fashioned, don't care. Anyway, so that's why the floor's got peanut shells on it. My point being, the crux of this video is my complex post-traumatic stress syndrome symptoms, I believe, have gone. Sorry, no, not have gone. Have diminished, but they're still there, lurking. So hopefully, this is all part of my therapy. Well, talking to yourself. No, not talking to yourself. Talking to the camera. Talking to our viewers. I mean, there are lots of narcissist sites. Lots of them. The Royal We, he's quite good. Actually, he's quite good, the Royal We. But he's a Bible puncher. The moment I listen to it, and the moment he mentions anything to do with the Bible, I turn it off. The best one, Richard Grannon. He's the best. He's the best Mr. Narcissist. Though he doesn't use the word anymore. He doesn't say, no, he calls it the N word. Which I know where he's coming from, because it diminishes the word. It definitely diminishes the word. Actually, narcissism is actually quite fashionable nowadays, like Trump, and it's fashionable to be a selfish, self-centered, greedy bastard nowadays. In fact, you'll get places if you are. Nice guys get walked over. They trust. They trust. Nice guys trust. When people say something to you, you want to trust, well, especially if it's your wife, you want to trust them. You do trust them. And if that trust is betrayed, well, but in reality, in this world that we live in, you've got to be a money-grabbing, sort of untrusting bastard. Really, you've got to, I need this, I need that. Okay, give it to them. We'll see, won't we? We'll see. We will see in the fullness of time if what I am saying is true. But basically, what happens is the narcissists of this world, they're the ones with all the money. They're the ones who are getting through. They're the ones that don't pay their debts. They're the ones that have no conscience. They have no morals and no conscience and no empathy. They can't actually empathise with me. They wouldn't be able to empathise. They can. Well, I think it's called cold empathy. They can empathise to an extent where it sounds like empathy, but actually it's not. They can't put themselves in your shoes on a level to actually feel. Otherwise, they wouldn't do what they do. They'd actually believe. It would hurt them a little bit to go against the trust, to lose their integrity, to lose their personal integrity. It would hurt them. But a narcissist has no personal integrity. They make it up as they go along to get their little small short-term goals that they want. They'll step over anything to get their short-term goals. And if you're a nice guy caught along the way, you'll find yourself out of pocket, out of everything. But we'll see. So I rest my case on that one. The jury's still out on the money side of things, but we'll see. If my diagnosis is correct, I will not get a fucking penny back. I will not get a penny, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm not trying to personalise this on me. I'm talking about the narcissism generally. Yeah, the point being, narcissists nowadays, it's actually quite cool to be a narcissist. In fact, half the world, it seems like they're sort of split in the world. Half the world is sort of like narcissistic bastards. The other half are sort of like, I don't know, just sort of, I'm about to say naive. I was about to say naive, but that's how you feel, naive. Because to fight against a narcissist, you've got to be untrusting. Yeah, that's the thing, you've got to be untrusting. You've got to go into the thing and say, well, actually, I don't trust a word you're saying because I know you're a narcissist, and chances are I must be a narcissist as well. So you don't trust, there's no trust. But if you've got no trust in the world, do you really want to live in that world with no trust? And every man for himself, dog eat dog, say anything just to get through that next part? Save yourself, I don't know. Without trust, what is left? What is left if you cannot trust somebody? So that's why it's all these prenuptials, isn't it? You go into a relationship, you have all these prenuptials going on, don't you? The prenuptial, you don't fall in love anymore. No, you have an arrangement, a business arrangement, yeah? And in which case you cover yourself on every angle. I need to borrow some money. Can you give me half your fortune? Yeah, how much? How long for? Of course, because you go for it. You fall for the crocodile tears. You go for it. You believe the person's telling the truth. They're going to pay you back. But if the whole world's a narcissist, they'll say, sure you can, but you've got to sign here. You've got to sign here. You've got to make it real. I don't know. We'll see. We will see, won't we? But the point being, it's not that what's the word? Uncool to be a narcissist nowadays. So maybe I'm going to stop using the word. I like the word that Jordan Peterson uses, and I've listened to a fair bit of Jordan Peterson, and a lot of the stuff he says is quite interesting. Because there is a lot of lost males out there. We're being deballed, aren't we? Every moment. You know what I mean? Where you see, Thing is, with women, yeah, they can be as sort of like narcissistic, if you like. If a bloke did the same thing, you'd batter him, wouldn't you? Really, if someone spoke to you or whatever, or did the things that a female did to you, there'd be a problem. There would be a problem. There would be, and you know, not long at being physical violence. So blokes actually have. Hang on. Respect for each other, because you know at the end of the day, if you can only go so far and then violence happens, doesn't it? That's how it goes. It only goes so far and then it gets violent. But with women, you're not allowed to hit them. So they can be as immoral, disrespectful, rude, narcissistic as they like, knowing full well that you won't be able to batter them. But they can batter you. You know, they can batter you. Here we go, we're boiling. We're boiling. Anyway, was I ranting then? I don't think I was ranting. Maybe a little bit. Okay. As I'm... What's the word? I'm not going to say poor, but if I ever make any money out of this, I will buy some new saucepans and things. I actually haven't got a lid for this pot, so there you go. That will help to push that down. So here we go. I'm going to turn this off now. So if you don't want to listen to me ramping on, or rattling on, sorry, I'm going to do this, and then you can switch it back on when I do this again. So here we go. So when you see me doing this again in 20 minutes, then you can know you can turn it back on. Right, so I'm just going to rap away anyway. And you can just fast forward this bit if you don't want to listen to the rest of it. I don't even know what I'm going to say, but I never do. Point being, this year I actually want to move on. Mentally, financially, I'd like to, clear up any outstanding financial arrangements I had with and I want to move on in a mental way. One of the things I've decided to do this year. Shit, I missed that. Last year, I fell off a bush bike, 14th of January, and I hurt myself. I bruised my ribs. I thought I'd broken them, but why? Wasn't I? Of course I was, full of it. And I hurt. And I said to myself, I'm not going to drink until it stops hurting again. And after a month or, I don't know, 5 weeks or so, I stopped hurting. I thought to myself, actually I enjoyed that. I don't drink that much, but it is, the old red wine does flow quite well here. It's very easy to get caught up in it. I'm still suffering the death of my brother. God bless his soul. He died a couple of years ago now. He died, drunk himself to death. So it's in the genes, I'm aware of that. Okay, I need to time this now. 20 minutes, hang on, let's look at the time is it. What does that say? It says, I can't read it, it's too small. Oh, bollocks. Oh, yes I can. 46, 20 minutes, 46, 7 minutes past. 7 minutes past the hour, and then it's ready. That's all it needs, 20 minutes. If you give it 20 minutes, your spuds will be cooked, your cabbage will be cooked on the top. So the plate's pushing it down a little bit. Don't really like the idea of that, but it does help. And that it's not the water; it's just enough so that the actual cabbage is actually really being steamed. It's not really being boiled to death. It's being steamed because the water's there and the cabbage is on top. So the potatoes on the bottom, they need 20 minutes boiling. The carrots, a little bit less, but they're sort of halfway up. Don't worry about the beans. I don't even know how long they take. But the cabbage is just steamed on top. So that's how it works. So basically, you come in from work. You can peel them up. I mean, if you peel, look at this. I've turned this on the other week. Oh. Actually, I better open that. Actually, I better bloody clean that. Actually, a mate of mine gave me some beef the other day, and that's the first time I turned that pretty frozen beef. He didn't want it because it got caught in his teeth, and so he gave it to me. And so I've been eating beef, and that's the first time I turned this bloody machine on. I don't have a fridge. Why? I mean, why? I can't understand fridges. You have an essential heated house. So you pay to get it warm, then you pay to get it cold. That's better anyway. That's clean. Anyway, give me this beef. Well, let's talk about the beef. Where's that clear? Should be open as well. Leave them open. That's it. Let's mix them again. Get the beef juice off my hands. That's a bit washing up one there. Yes, so you rush in for work. What I was going to say, that's what I was going to say. You could have your spuds already peeled, but as long as it takes to peel a spud. Spuds keep. You don't need it as long as they're in a cool place, out the light. They last for ages. Spuds. How long does it take to peel spuds? Whack, whack, whack. You don't need a fridge. Carrots, buy them twice a week. They just seem to go off quite quick. Carrots, I don't know why. Buy them twice a week, but whack. You know how long does it take? And a cabbage, and I will stick. I'll do this at the end, but as you're in the middle of it, if you're watching this, you'll know. I will stick some sardines with it. That's not even sardines, it's tuna. Which I actually feel sorry. I must have eaten a whole tuna in my life. And they're bloody big. I was down the Algarve the other week and I saw this, it's down, where was it? Tavera. Stayed with some friends. Turn that down a little bit. Because I wanted to boil over and then put the flame out. That's boiling away. As long as it's boiling, that's good enough. And I was at this bar there, and the whole bar was surrounded with these big pictures of pulling in the tuna. And these things are huge, huge, great things. They're not there anymore. They're gone. There's no more tuna. You know, they don't do it anymore. Where's it all gone? It's all fished. So I feel sorry for the tuna. I have been hanging around with veggies lately, complete veggies, which is, no, sorry, not veggies, vegans. Yeah, which is a little bit odd. Well, it's not odd. It's, in fact, actually, it's okay. It's quite, back where it lives. But, you know, there's no mayonnaise if you're a vegan. There's no eggs if you're a vegan, you know. A lot of mushrooms involved. A lot of mushrooms and tomatoes involved, it seems like. But you know, sometimes when you do, it's nice to have a little bit of mayonnaise and things. I will put a bit of mayonnaise on this to give it a little bit of a zap, that's all. What was I saying now? God. Tuna, yeah. You know, I don't really want to keep eating fish, but I think you've got to. I eat nuts. I don't buy meat anymore. I'm sorry. I think it's true how they say that if people didn't eat meat, it would cut the pollution by loads, and the earth will last a little bit longer. But them narcissists, they're not going to give up because they're entitled. Because narcissists are entitled. Yeah, it'll only be the poor people giving up eating meat. Obviously, the narcissists won't because they're entitled. They're entitled to do whatever they want. Narcissists are entitled to think whatever they want, change their mind whenever they want. They don't have to. They're entitled to be amoral whenever they want and be moral when they want. Narcissists will insist on standards of behaviour that they don't adhere to. Yeah. So, you know, they might say, "Oh yes, no meat," but they'll have the meat. If they want the meat, they'll have it. They don't care about the planet. They don't believe in God. Narcissists don't believe in God. Well, they have an idea of God, somehow. But they don't believe in it. They don't believe in a higher spiritual plane. They like the idea of it. They don't. They believe in the here and now. They don't think any further than the here and now. That's how they That's how they get on right. That's why they make good leaders, if you want, in a dog eat dog business. Because that's where a normal person will go from, if you want, point A to B to C to D to get to a certain place. With consideration as you go past these points, with people involved, they'll go straight to D. They'll see an opportunity and rather think, well, rather than I'll go straight for it. Cut out any confidence of anybody else. Don't care whose toes they tread on. They don't care what mess they leave in the wake. As long as they get what they want, then that's it. That's what happens. And that is applauded nowadays. That's applauded. That sort of behaviour is applauded. Nice people, considerate people, who consider other people, they're shit on. So, in a way, said it again, but in a way, probably better off being a narcissist and don't listen to a word I'm saying. Anyway, I'm talking about narcissist recovery. I'm talking about single guys. Single guys cooking for themselves. That's what this is all about. 20 minutes. My stomach's rumbling. I had a funny spell last night, and I figured out why. It was nearly 10 to 9 before I ate. So I didn't eat since 2, 7 hours, and I was well busy. Physical stuff in between time. So 7 hours, didn't eat. That can't be good for you. So maybe it's a reoccurring thing. If I die now, if it comes back, it's easy spell, and I die now, it's going to be my last words. Oh, what the fuck was that? There you go, look. Little noise over there. Yeah? Oh, what was that? That's because I'm programmed with this fucking, this sort of madness. Which is never been my life. Never been my life. So it sticks. Anyway, am I rambling on? Yeah, I am. Good. Yeah, the N word. The N word, that's what I was talking about as well. But my angle on this whole thing, the Dr. Horn fix, is when you're pulling your hair out and you don't know whether your missus is an actual narcissist or not. You don't know. You think you're questioning yourself. You're second guessing your every movement, your every action. You're second guessing because is it me? Is it me? You're saying to yourself, is it? And when you analyse the behaviour and what's going on, you realise no, there's a complete pattern of behaviour that goes on that is unhealthy to be around, very unhealthy to be around. Now my angle on this whole thing is to get guys, and I say guys because I'm a guy, and I don't, be honest, I'm actually tired of listening to what women have got to say, because I don't trust them anymore. I do trust some of them, but generally I think that they lie more than blokes do. So, my client base is, excuse me, is blokes. And I prefer to be blokes. I don't want to write off half the planet. But at the end of the day, I'm a bloke, so I see it from a bloke's perspective. Usually blokes are the ones that are out of pocket. Usually blokes are the ones that are out of a house. Usually the blokes are the ones without the kids, without the family around them. They're the ones that usually have to leave or are pushed out. It's usually that case. Not very often that. It does happen. I'm speaking from that perspective. I'm now myself. I find myself, 15 years of a relationship, nothing to show for it at all. Other than a lot of bad memories, loads and loads of bad memories going back years, banging rows one after another. You know, God, Jesus Christ! Even think about them now. Even think about them now. Mad rows, mad ones. That you never saw it coming. But then, well, eventually you do see it coming, so you get numb to it all. Yeah, and you don't. Then you're not yourself because you are in this sort of place of when's it going to come? When's it going to happen? If it's a good bit, you know it's going to be spoiled. You know it's going to be spoiled soon, so you're sort of half ready for it, but you don't want it, and so you're half ready for it, and then it comes. Oh, there it goes. There it goes again. It's gone off again. Fucking hell. Reminds me of the time when we had 2 dogs. We had 2 dogs around the house. We had a boxer. For years. Boxer. They're a bit silly anyway. And then the dogs, I don't know, 6 years old. 6 years, maybe 7, 6 or 7. I don't want to personalise this, but a American Pit Bull is introduced into the place. Another male, you know, so we've got 2 male dogs. Both. Well, the Pit Bull was actually a nice dog. But anyone would tell you that you can't have 2 alpha males dogs in the same place. Especially one's younger, this is his place, this one gets older and older. And for 2 years, yeah, I was saying that dog's got to go. Everyone, all my mates who had dogs said there's going to be problems, there's going to be problems. And there was. And any one time, you could be sat there, you knew that it was always me, would be separating 2 big dogs fighting each other, trying to kill each other. And you never knew whether it was going to happen once a week or 10 times a week. You never knew. So he was always on tenterhooks, yeah? And eventually I had enough. I'd had enough. I said, that dog's got to go. But I should have put my foot down, but I couldn't because, you know, the dog, the second dog that come on was owned by a member of the family that the narcissist didn't want to piss off, whatever, or you couldn't. There's reasons why. I'm not going to go into it because this is personal, but there's reasons why. But eventually, after 2 years, I said, enough's enough. I'm not care whose dog it is, whatever. But it's got to go. But by then, my dog died anyway afterwards for his injuries, the boxer. But for 2 years, this was going on. But the narcissists, they don't think of it like that. They don't think of all these things because they're just one big sort of like from one thing to another. They don't think of possibilities or anything like that. They don't think. As long as they get what they want, yeah, that's good enough. As long as they get the dog to stay in the house, then it's good enough. They don't care about the dogs are fighting, ripping each other to bits every 10 minutes, or they don't care about the other people who've got to pull them apart or anything like that. Oh no, as long as it's pulled apart, all they care about is the vet's bills. Am I ranting? I am, you see. Actually, you see, when you're in a position like that, like I'm just talking about the dogs, I'm not even talking about the narcissists now, the dogs, for 2 years, yeah, it wears you out. It frays you. It frays your bloody nerves. It was a crazy situation. The whole thing was crazy. The whole thing was crazy. The whole thing. And I was in that crazy scene, knowing that I shouldn't have been in that crazy scene, but I still was. You know, because I was addicted. I was addicted to I was a codependent. Basically. I mean, I read about the codependency. I'll give you all that on another video. Codependency. I mean, I was codependent to the narcissist. You actually get addicted to the madness eventually. Well, because it's all to do with head chemicals. You know, a lot of it. You're addicted to the madness. And when the madness goes, you're sort of like, is this? What is this? You know. Well, I tell you what, it's better, mate. Whatever it is now, whoever I live now, whatever's going on, it's better than the madness. And if you're in a codependent relationship with a narcissist, yeah, the only thing you can do, which you should do, is to get out. Because it ain't going to change. They'll tell you they're not going to change. They will tell you that as well. if given push, I will never change. I'm doing it again. I will never change. Yeah, but okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. Should have done it. Should have done it. Should have done it. Yeah. Well, I did do it years ago. I did do it years before. I did. I knew where the cookie was crumbling. It was obvious. You know, you don't have to be a, how do I say, a glazier to see the greenhouse is broken. You know, and I see it was broken a long time, but certain things. I used to go away. I used to go every year to work in England. Every year at the old festival there. Every year I was so, you know, he was always sort of like, oh God, can I handle this any longer? I'll be away soon. I'll be away soon. Oh, God, yeah. I'll be away soon. Oh, I'd catch myself in the mirror. I'd walk past the mirror and I'd sort of go. I'd go back and look at myself in the mirror and think, you know this is mad, don't you? Yeah, I do. You know this is sending you fucking crackers, isn't it? This. Yeah, I do. Is it going to go on forever? No, it's not. What's going to change? Well, she ain't going to change. So you've got to get out at some point, haven't you? Yes, I have. But you're addicted to the madness, so you stay in. But anyway, you know, I'd go away for the summer. Well, the summer, 2.5 months. And then I'd come back. So when you come back, you've got the honeymoon period, which got shorter and shorter as the time went on, I must say. You know, the honeymoon period first of all was okay. You know, like a 2 or 3 week honeymoon period, but then then it's you. In fact, the last time before I left, I was back one day. I was back there one day. I wasn't living. I'm not doing it, but I am doing it personally, aren't I? Yeah, I'm not doing the personal stuff. But anyway, I was back one day, and then the temperature dropped by 10 degrees. Oh fuck! Here we go. This is what it's like when I left. You know, that's history anyway. That's history. See, but it does affect you. It does actually affect you. And I'm still looking for the cure. This is my cure. This is my cure. Are we 20 minutes up left? Hang on. Let's read that. 48. Oh God. I can't even read it. I need glasses. Well, I think that's about 20 minutes. I'm just going to pick the knife and jab it in the spuds and see. Well, I'll show you the old trick for the spuds. For those that don't know. I think I probably have been prattling on for 20 minutes. So, trick for the spuds. You want to know they cook. Because they're nasty, aren't they? Uncooked spuds. Yeah, you little beauties. Come on out. So, come on. Right, there's one. Jab the knife in it, yeah, and it falls off. So you jab the knife in it, and if it falls off, then it's cooked. Just going to warm the plate up for a while like that, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so now it's cooked. Hang on. So now I'm going to do my little position. If I remember what it was like. Okay, you can turn it back on now. Right. 20 minutes, they're cooked. See, one day I will get something with handles on it. Ow! Yep, they're well cooked. Right, I'm going to put that on there and that on there. I'm trying to warm the plate up. Fork, there it is. Right, so there you have it. 5 minutes to peel, 20 minutes to cook. On the plate in no time. Wow, I'm probably going to eat a lot here. Can of fish. I was eating sardines this week, but this is tuna. Maybe I'm going to save a couple of those spuds for the morning. I can have all the cabbage. Get the cabbage down your lads, it's good for you. No, I'm going to eat a lot. Been working hard. I'm going to eat a lot. Right, I'm going to leave that little bit of carrot on there because I just cleaned that just for them. Alright, there you go, straight on the oil on the top. Don't mess about with pouring the oil down the sink. One thing, it blocks your sink up eventually. It causes the fatbergs. You've got a fatberg epidemic in Britain. I understand. It's where all the rich people pour everything down the sink. You know, everything just down the sink. Goodbye. Don't think about anything else. Just get it out. Get out of my sight. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Out, out. There you go. There you have it. Cooked, I believe. I haven't seen the time. Cooked and served up 25 minutes. Bon appetit to me. Goodbye.